What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Blaugrana Zone, your destination for all things Football Club Barcelona. So we're just gonna jump right into it, man, because I waited a couple days to not post every time that there's breaking news from Barca. One, because sometimes days will go by and then the complete opposite will get reported, which happened with Marc-Andre Ter Stegen. I'll get into it for 1 second. But I decided to wait a couple days, and the most news that has ever come out, back to back to back to back, decides to come out. But I'm here to recap it all for you guys, especially because we are closing in on the first game of the season. New video coming soon about that and expectations of what to see this season, lineups that we're going to see, and expectations coming up. So be on the lookout for that. So we're just going to jump right into it, man. Inigo Martinez. This news made me drop to my knees, bro. It was terrible. It was terrible to find out that he's leaving on a free. So I don't understand why we put this clause into his contract that he can leave for a Saudi club if they come knocking for him. And the worst part is for free. Like I don't understand why, if a Saudi club comes knocking, why are you not demanding at least, I mean, he's a little older now, but at least 7 mil, 6 mil. I would have taken 7 mil. 7 mil, okay, fine. He's older. He even said it himself in some reports that are coming out. He didn't believe that he could run his legs into the ground like he did last season for 50 plus games. And you know what? Hats off. Hats off that he's a player that can recognize that, not be filled with his ego and bring our club down. He knows that he won't be able to, keep up with the standard that he set. He was our best defender last season. He's the reason that we were able to, sweep trophies in Spain. But it breaks my heart that he's not going to ride off into the sunset, get the captain send-off that he was supposed to get, with that UCL, man. I think we could have gotten the UCL this season with him, but only if he was 100% healthy. And he knows that, he's not going to be able to put all of his weight down on his legs and, be that wall that we need. So hats off. I can't say the same for a certain German goalkeeper, Marc-Andre Ter Stegen, which is the very next thing I'm jumping to. So earlier in the week, it was reported that Ter Stegen refused to sign the medical reports that would allow us to bring the documents to La Liga and say, hey, look, we have this percentage free because of his long-term injury, so let us sign Rashford, Rooney, and Joan Garcia. He said, nope, not signing that. It's made a big stink about it. So we stripped him of his captaincy, which is the right thing to do. But then 2-3 days later, like I said earlier, the complete opposite gets reported. It gets reported that he is signing it, that we give him back the captaincy, and that he will make the speech at the Joan Gamper Trophy, which he did, and by all accounts, it seemed to have gone over well, right? Maybe not with the hardcore fans, but with everyone in the stadium, it went over well. Fine. I understand that the club and Ter Stegen are going to save face, put on a good face for the world. Everything's all happy-dory, everything's great. But behind the scenes, I'm sure they're battling it out because of this. We finally have a real goalkeeper, Joan Garcia. He got presented with Ter Stegen's number 1, right? So the day that the Joan Gamper Trophy, they presented all the players and their new numbers. Pau Cubarsí inheriting Inigo Martinez as number 5. Which I think is going to stamp Cubarsí as a legend, Cubarsí, it's your time to step up. I understand that you're a young guy, but now's the time, You wanted to be the Puyol region, so, let's see the spirit of Puyol take over your body, my guy. But also, Joan Garcia was presented with the number 1 jersey, which was formerly Ter Stegen's. I think that was kind of like a public notice of like, hey, this is our main guy, okay? Like, you could sign your report now. You're our captain now, blah, blah, blah. Great, hunky-dory. But Joan Garcia is our guy for now and the future. So it's a matter of time before you're out of here, buddy. And I think he could have done it earlier. Honestly, he could have saved face. And he could have went to Galatasaray. He could have went to a Serie A club. Like, he could have saved face for himself and for the club. You know what I mean? So let me know in the comments what you guys think about that. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about Inigo Martinez's departure, because I think it's something that we're going to feel all season. And another person who has gone down is Robert Lewandowski. He's down for, reports are saying, about 3 weeks with an injury, right? We know it might be longer. It could be shorter, but for sure he will be missing our first match against Mallorca, which is Mallorca away. Already, Mallorca is a team that is known to give the top three La Liga positions a good fight for their money. It's never an easy fight against Mallorca. We're going to be missing Lewandowski, but Marcus Rashford showed us why we shouldn't be too worried, right? Obviously, Rashford is not the striker that Lewandowski is, but he played very, very good minutes in the Joan Gamper Trophy against actual competition in Como, right? Now, it's not like where we played a top flight club, a top European side, but we played some actual competition who gave us a little bit of a fight, right? Maybe not in the whole game, but they started off giving us a fight, and Rashford actually played really well. He had a miss, okay, he missed a little bit of a sitter, but he had two defenders in front of him in his defense. It wasn't the cleanest of looks. I'm sure that he needed a second. He overthought it. You know what I mean? He dribbled past one guy, cool. He wanted to dribble past the other one and look a little flashy, I don't think he needed to do all that. Just once you get past the first guy, rocket it. You know what I mean? Don't let them get into a position where they could deflect your shot. And they didn't even have to deflect it. This brother missed it. It just went wide. Yeah, no, that wasn't looking great. But everything else looked spectacular, man. There was a point where Rashford comes back a little bit, lets Rafinha go forward, gets a nice pass from Fermin, and then he takes off. He has the pace to just take off. Rashford showed us that his pace has not dropped off since he was last starting at his club, and that we're in good hands for now, And between him and Ferran, right now, I'm giving the start to Rashford. And that's not to say that Ferran is a bad player, Let me know what you guys think in the comments, who you would give the start to. But I don't think that Ferran is a bad player at all. I just think that right now, Rashford is looking just a little bit more exciting. In that starting role, he looks comfortable. Ferran is more of like a super sub, and he's an amazing super sub. And don't get me wrong, there are clubs that he can go against, that he can start, but I would be much more comfortable against Mallorca. Let's start Rashford. Let's hit the ground running. Let's go all in from the first game. You get what I'm saying? But that Joan Gamper Trophy game was something special. I loved everything that I saw from my club. I love what I saw from the young guys, from our vets. I loved everything that I saw. It was the Lamine and Fermin show that game. We had two bangers from Lamine, two spectacular clean goals from Fermin Lopez, and we saw a nice goal from Rafinha assisted by Marcus Rashford. Fermin is definitely telling the world, hey, I need to be the starting cam. Dani Olmo gets injured every couple months. When he's healthy, of course, he's one of the best in the world. But, availability is your best ability. And if he's not available, hey, we have Fermin Lopez ready to take the job. And he played spectacularly. He showed us why he should be the starter. I think against Mallorca, he will get the start. Everyone played very, very strong minutes. Lamine Yamal, he's looking as strong as ever. I want to know what you guys think about Fermin Lopez and Lamine. I think that this is going to be a very, very strong season for them. I can see Fermin putting up some great numbers all season, whether it's in La Liga, UCL, Supercopa, etc. I see these guys being very, very crucial players for our team. What I didn't like was the back line was looking a little shaky at times, and I know that we're going to feel the departure of Inigo all season long. Because last season, there were some games where he was the crucial point. He scored some banger headers. He's made some great stops. He got man of the match in the UCL against Young Boys. I mean, like, every match we have to dominate, Especially in the UCL, there can't be matches that we drop points with the new format. We can't drop points and go lower on the ladder if we want to stay in a good position to win the Champions League at the end. We're like I said, we're going to feel that for a very long time. But I do have faith that La Masia will step up, right? We see it all the time. Whenever someone goes down, we're cranking out a new region from La Masia. Recently, we've had Gerard Martin starting at left center back. We saw it, and I thought it looked good, I thought Araujo looked good in the Joan Gamper game, but I really don't trust him. I've never been an Araujo confider, an Araujo guy. Maybe it's because he's Uruguayan and I'm Peruvian and there's some, past beef there, Copa Americas and stuff, Even though Suarez was Uruguayan, it took a very long time for me to like Suarez. He had to become a Barca legend, and now I'm like, okay, Suarez, you're all right. But I think that we're gonna eat this season. What's worrying me, of course, is that back line. Let me know in the comments what you guys are thinking of our defense. I think that although there are games where we're gonna look strong, we're gonna feel the loss of Inigo Martinez, but we need our young guys to step up. I need to see more Joffrey Torrens. I need to see more Joe Fernandez in the midfield. These are guys that I really want to see break through for our first team. But the issue is when you break through for our first team, we want you to be ready to win trophies. We're a team that it's a blessing and a curse, really, that like we want to be in the fight for the big trophies. And if we crash out, the entire world clowns us. But that's because our standards are so high, you know? We had a great season where we swept Spanish trophies. Now that we're running it back, all eyes are on us. There's a target now on our back, you know? Real Madrid just had a trophy this season because the season prior they had won so much that there was a target on their back. So now the target's on our back. No one's going to give us easy points this year. I'm expecting tough fought wins across the board, whether it's La Liga, whether it's Champions League. I'm expecting no one to take it easy on us, you know? I expect everyone's going to try to expose our high line, right? Even though it never works out. I'm expecting everyone to you know, triple team Lamine. That's how Inter was able to not even neutralize him, but like keep him at bay, you know, because he wasn't neutralized. He was still making amazing passes. He was still making great plays. He was just a bit kept at bay. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about our team this season. Let me know what you guys thought about the Joan Gamper Trophy game. I really want to know what you guys think about Inigo Martinez's departure and who you're expecting to step up in the lineup. I think that with the right development, towards the end of the season, we could see a lineup of Koundé, Gerard Martin, Cubarsí, and Balde, right? Or flipped around if you want to go left to right. Balde, Martin, Cubarsí, Koundé, right? Obviously, right now, I sound insane because that's like having two toddlers as your pairing center backs. But I do believe that with the right development, Gerard Martin could step into that left center back role and we could see less Araujo, which is a win for me, right? Because I think ever since, let's say, mid-season where Gerard Martin was becoming more regular, you know, when Balde went down, Gerard Martin, from there to the Inter game, he progressed so much, bro. In that Inter game, he had some slip-ups, but he had 2 great assists. So he's obviously a very good passer, a good crosser. I think under Hansi Flick, under a full regular season and preseason training and regular trainings at the center back position, Gerard Martin could be our next great La Masia guy coming up to take a starting spot, and it's going to be the CB position, Araujo. Watch your back, brother. La Masia is coming for your position. I think it's going to be a great season. I have nothing but hope for this team. We might even see a La Liga game in Miami. That'll be really fun. It's only like a 2-hour flight for me, maybe 3 hours or so. At most 3 hours. What am I saying? 2.5 to 3 hours. In Miami, Barcelona versus Villarreal. It's going to take place in either December or January. Not everything is confirmed yet. The Spanish FA approved it, but now it has to go through everybody else through the proper channels in order to get this game done. So people are saying that Villarreal might not benefit from this. It's going to be a Barca home game because of our affiliation with Messi and Miami. But I think that even if we played Villarreal at their home, we would still put belt to ass. We put belt to ass, I think, 3 different times last season. So I didn't expect them to run it back and beat us. You know what I mean? We didn't make any signings last year other than Danny Olmo. So... And we still put belt to ass. So I think now that we're even stronger and they lost their goalkeeper, Mamardashvili got a move to Liverpool. So without your keeper and we got stronger, why would you out of nowhere beat us this year? You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that they lose automatically by having the game in Miami. The atmosphere might be a little more in our favor, but it would have been in our favor at Villarreal too, to be honest. Lamine Yamal is one of the biggest talents in Spain. And I think that having this game in Miami can only do good for the league. It'll do good for the United States because the World Cup is next year. So this is going to be great for the league. It's going to put all eyes on Barcelona as well as give Villarreal some exposure. Because be honest with yourself, who's wearing a Villarreal jersey? Like, I'll give the next person I see in real life $100 if I see them in a Villarreal jersey. I've never seen one in real life. So I'll be surprised. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about this. I want to know what your guys' thoughts are about our team, about Inigo's departure, about the whole Marc-Andre Ter Stegen, media circus, because that's effectively what it is. And what do you guys think about Barca media overall? I feel like we don't have any Fabrizio Romano type who gives us like accurate news right away. I feel like every club has somebody that is cranking out, news directly from the club. But us Barca fans don't have that. And it just leaves the fans looking a little goofy when we pump our chests up like, oh, Ter Stegen isn't our fucking captain no more. Hell yeah, like whatever. And then they're like, oh, actually, he is our captain now. It's like, you're making us look like flip-floppers. You know what I mean? Obviously not me, because I've been part of Matt's out. You know what I mean? I'm pro Ter Stegen leaving the club. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm excited to get into that discussion with you guys. There's going to be another video coming a little later this week, right before we kick off La Liga, with some expectations, some lineup predictions, and who I think are going to be the breakout stars of this season, because everyone's been looking good this preseason. We've scored like 20 goals and we had like 4 or 5 conceded. So I think there's a chance for really anybody on this team to break out, whether it's one of our new guys like Rashford or Rooney, or whether it's one of our guys who have been with us for a while like Fermin or Gavi, who's coming off an ACL injury. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys next time. Visca Barça.